Let's discuss an overrated and underrated fighter from each weight class. Okay, for my underrated flyweight, I got Joshua Van. He's only 22 years old. He's got a 10-1 record. And he's got 6 KOs and TKO wins. And I can't really describe it, but if you watch him, you can tell he's going to be a future top 5, top 10 guy. Obviously, I can't prove that and expect it to happen. But, man, he's got very quick hands. He's got very solid fundamentals. He's looked very good in his career so far in the UFC, and I'm excited for his future. For my overrated flyweight, this isn't really a shocking one. It's Muhammad Akayev. He's got good wrestling. He's 11-0, and he's Dagestani, so that must mean he's like future champ, right? But the reality is, in his last 2 fights versus Malcolm Gordon and Tim Elliott, he was losing until the 3rd round, where he submitted both of them. So that is admirable, having the ability to come back from losing. But he gets control. It's really weird. He's Dagestani. He has a wrestling background. He's got, jiu-jitsu championships, wrestling championships, but I don't know, he just gets held down. Maybe it's because he's not that big. And also in the Jafel Velo hype, which he actually was looking pretty good on, he almost got hit with the knee bar. Again, very tough, very good in the time that he won't quit. But I don't know, man. Alex Perez, I think he'll beat him. But Pantoja, Moreno, Royval, I do think these top guys beat him. My pick for the most underrated bantamweight is Jonathan Martinez. This dude is the best leg kicker in the UFC, man. If you want evidence, I'm going to show you guys a clip of the Cub Swanson fight and the Adrian Yanez fight. Look what he did, bro. These guys are elite strikers, very good strikers. And he just absolutely brutalized them, made them look like jokes, like walks in the park. And his boxing is solid too, man. He's only 29, so he's experienced, but he's not too old, man. He's in the perfect spot right now. He's in his prime. The only problem is he does have the potential to get possibly out-grappled and held and controlled like the Saeed Nurmagomedov fight, which, again, he still looked good, though. He threatened with an arm bar, and on the feet, he was looking great. So, top 5 potential. Champ, I don't think so, but I honestly see him getting to the top 5 one day. The most overrated bantamweight is Marlon Vera. This hurts me because I actually really like him. He seems like a chill dude, nice family man, but I just don't think he's very elite, man. He's lost to every top fighter that he's faced. Corey Sandhagen, Song Yadong, Jose Aldo. I get that he beat Rob Font and Sean O'Malley with the injury thing, but look at his wins, man. He was losing to Frankie Edgar. That was a 40-year-old Frankie Edgar, man. And Dominic Cruz, man, he was touching him up. Absolutely, Marlon was winning because he dropped him in every round, but rewatch the fight. Dominic was low-key piecing him up. Obviously, Cruz doesn't have any finishing power, so it led to him getting head kicked. But the Pedro Munoz fight, man, that was very close, man. You could have definitely made an argument for him winning. The problem is he just has very low output. Once he throws, he can absolutely hurt and KO anybody. But he just really doesn't throw that much. I honestly don't know why. And his grappling isn't good. Look at Jose Aldo. Look what Corey Sandhagen did. They just controlled him very easily. Does he have the chance to beat Sean? Sure, but I honestly think he's just going to not throw that much and get picked apart. The most underrated featherweight is Movsar Evloev. Yes, people do think that he's good, but I feel like people are sleeping on how elite he is. People are oh yeah, he's just a wrestler. He just likes to hold people down. Look at his striking, man. Look at his fight versus Arnold Allen and versus Dan Ige. He was landing flying knees, great body kicks. He was even on the field with Arnold Allen, who's clearly a great striker. And man, the pace he put on him, I'll call it Marab-esque. Not the same level, but still, man, he was just constantly pushing forward, constantly shooting, making Arnold Allen work. And I don't think he'll be Ilia Topuria, but if there is somebody that could do it, he is the guy. Overrated featherweight, it's got to be Yair Rodriguez, man. Purely striking-wise, he's still definitely a top 10 striker. I mean, who makes Volkanovski and Max Holloway wrestle? I mean, the head kicks, leg kicks, spinning stuff. He's just incredible. Body kicks, whatever he wants to land, he's incredible. But he was battering Yair Ortega on the feet, but his takedown defense is just not good, man. I remember people were saying, oh yeah, he's got the potential to beat Ilia Topuria. And sure, striking-wise, he could land a head kick or something, but he's just got nothing off his back. He can't stop anything, any takedowns, and it's disappointing, man. I felt like a lot of people feel like he could be a future champ, but at this rate, I don't think he will. underrated lightweight in UFC right now is Mateus Scamrat, and I get why people don't necessarily like him or think he's overrated because he did rob Arman, in my opinion. He had a close fight with the short notice Jalen Turner, and he had a fluke injury win versus Fiziev where he did celebrate. I guess that rubbed people the wrong way, but I just don't get why people aren't acting like he's good, man. Or sorry, they're acting like he isn't good, man. Like his wrestling, his cardio and piece are still elite level, man. Like in the Rafael Fiziev fight, he was doing okay on the feet. He was landing some shots and he got in on the legs. And you can call him crazy. I think he could beat Justin Gaethje, and I think he would run through Dustin Poirier, man. Like striking wise, he's not the best, but his pressure and pace is basically A1. Alright, I'm sorry guys, but the most overrated lightweight is Renato Moicano in my opinion, and this might get me crucified because Renato is probably one of the best personalities in the UFC right now. He's funny as hell. His post-fight interview with DC was absolutely hilarious, and I just think that makes people overestimate his skills because if you rewatch the Drew Dober fight, he was getting pieced up, man, and he's been knocked out by Rafael Fiziev before, and to beat Drew Dober, he just had to lay and pray on him. I honestly think someone like a Jalen Turner and even a Dan Hooker can beat him just keeping on the feet and piecing him up. That's my honest opinion. My pick for an underrated welterweight is Gilbert Burns, mostly because I just see no one talking about it anymore. And I also see a bunch of people writing him off versus Jack Della Maddalena. I hear a bunch of people saying, oh yeah, Jack's going to piece him up, break his nose, all this stuff. But I don't know, man. I think Gilbert could beat him. Just take him down and submit him. Look what Basel Hafez did to JDM, man. Then people bring up the Bilal fight, and dude, he got injured. He literally couldn't use one of his arms. So that doesn't make any sense to me. And yeah, he is a bit older, but 37, he's in a higher weight class. I still think he has a couple, more performances to get. Overrated welterweight is Jeff Neal. Yes, he's a great striker, but I can't get over the fact that not enough people are bashing him for the Ian Gary fight. Yes, it was a terrible fight, and I do put blame on both Gary and Neal for not throwing much. But I don't understand why not everybody's flaming Jeff Neal for his unnecessary clinching. Like, he just held against the fence. Did he attempt to take them? Nope. Did he go for knees in the body? Nope. He literally just held him against the cage, and then people are arguing that he won. How does that win you a fight? This is damage-based, and I really don't understand. Does he just, not want to win? It made no sense to me, and that, in my opinion, is why overrated. By far, the most underrated middleweight in the UFC is Anthony Hernandez. He did submit Roman Kopylov, so I hear a little bit more people talk about him, but man, I've been hyping this guy up since he beat Rodolfo Vieira and then put that crazy performance on Josh Fremd and then, Edmund Shabazian, man. This dude's literally the Marab of middleweight. He just constantly pushes forward, takedown. The pressure he put on Roman Kopylov, it literally just drowned him. And then you can't just say, oh, he's got no striking. His hands are okay. And he also has some toughness because he did eat some really good body kicks from Roman Kopylov. And you can call me crazy, but I would pick him to beat some guys in the top 5. I think he would put a pace on Israel Adesanya and he wouldn't be able to recover. And I think he could out-grapple someone like Marvin Vettori, to be honest. The most overrated middleweight in the UFC is Roman Dolidze. You might be saying, man, didn't he get fraud checked by Vettori and Imavov? Who was hyping him up? I swear on everything, every time I went to Instagram comment sections, people were saying, man, Roman Dolidze, man, he's dangerous. He's scary. He'll be top 5 soon. I never understood it. I always thought he wasn't very good. I saw his striking. It wasn't very good. He did knock out Phil Haas, but that was after hurting him with the heel hook or whatever. He has no wrestling. He doesn't take people down. All he does is clinch, man. The only people he's looked really, really good against is lower tier fighters, man. And except the Jack Hermanson fight, but that was stupid. I don't know why he went to the ground because Roman Dolidze has legitimately S tier Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But that's all he has. The most underrated light heavyweight in the UFC is Nikita Krylov. I don't get why no one talks about this dude. He's on a 3-fight win streak. He KO'd Alexander Gustafsson. He outworked Nikita Krylov, and then he subbed Ryan Spann. Those are 2 good wins. Let's be real, Gus was old and washed up. But he's got KO power. He's got really good grappling in this Ryan Spann fight. He ended up submitting him. He's got good body kicks, which he showed in the Ozdemir fight. This is crazy. He's been in the UFC for 10 plus years. It's 2014. And he's only 31. He's racked up a lot of experience. And if he got matched up with Yuri Prochazka, I wouldn't mind picking him to clinch up and then out-grapple him. Most overrated light heavyweight in the UFC by far is Khalil Rountree. And I'm passionate about this, not because I hate Khalil, but I just don't understand it. yes, he KO'd Anthony Smith with a very nice punch, had him on wobbly feet. But now he's supposed to be some like Alex Pereira level striker. I remember Full Violence posted like, oh, wouldn't this be a fun fight? Like, no, I think Alex Pereira would murder him. Do you know why? If you rewatch that fight, Anthony Smith, on like 2 weeks' notice, was landing great shots on the feet. He was low-key, not piecing him up, but he was getting his own strikes off. And another thing, why is no one talking about the fact that he's been outstroken before? Like Marcin Practice on Dustin Jacoby. Like, you could talk about Alex Pereira. Oh, he's lost. Yeah, he's been outstriken only by Izzy Adesanya with the counter. And then every other time he's like had troubles with the grappling, like versus Jan, versus Yuri, and early on in his career. Like, I only think people hype him up because he has like a cool style with like the body, like the kicks to the body on the ground, and like, yeah, I don't understand. Unrated heavyweight in the UFC is definitely Alexander Volkov. I mean, this dude is incredible on the feet. He moves very well for a heavyweight. He's got great body kicks, snap kicks, and man, his resume is underrated as hell, man. Like, he destroyed Tai Tuivasa, picked him apart on the feet, took him down, submitted him. He just demolished Jairzinho Rozenstruik like in 2 minutes. Man, he was destroying Derek Lewis in his fight before he got KO'd in the third. And yes, he did lose to Cyril Gane, but man, it was technical. Like, he was in there. He wasn't getting completely outclassed. And I honestly think he has the style to beat Sergey Pavlovich and Jailton Almeida. Like, he's not just going to go there and swing with Sergey Pavlovich like someone like Tai Tuivasa or Derek Lewis. So he'll make it a technical fight. So he has the potential to do that. The overrated heavyweight in the UFC is Jailton Almeida, not because he's a bad fighter or I think he has like a lot of flaws, but I just was not very impressed by his performance with Derek Lewis. He definitely won, obviously held him down, but I was just disappointed that he took like zero risk to really finish the fight. There was only like one time where he tried going for the choke. Every other time he was just in full mount over top of him. And you can say, oh, Derek Lewis, like he can't be finished by submission, but that's not true because Daniel Cormier and Sergey Spivak did. And something I just feel like people aren't acknowledging enough is that he's not big for heavyweight. This is a former light heavyweight. He weighs in like what, 230? And you can say, oh yeah, that means he's like quick and stuff. But Derek Lewis stuffed some takedowns. So I would pick someone like Sergey Pavlovich, someone like, what's his face? Cyril Gane could stuff his takedowns. Tom Aspinall, I think he would destroy him. And also, his striking hasn't been shown either. So we don't know if he could have really good hands or he could have terrible hands. And I see a lot of people picking him to beat Curtis Blaydes. And I honestly just think Curtis Blaydes, he's too experienced. He's too good. He's going to stuff his takedowns and beat him up on the feet. Okay, those are my picks for the most underrated and overrated fighter from each division. If you agree or disagree with any of my picks, please let me know down below. If you have your own underrated or overrated fighter, let me know down below. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.